back to my channel. Welcome home. Ooh, y'all, this light is bright. So let me put this down a bit. Isn't that so much better? Don't you think that's so much better? What do you guys think? I'm so excited. This weekend I really want to do some makeup videos. I want to do a makeup video this weekend, yeah, because I just have a lot of makeup that I've gotten recently that I haven't updated my channel with. I think that I've become pretty good at getting new makeup and seeing what's really good out there, the niche stuff. Something I really want to try that I don't have is Danessa Myricks. I think that's the name of her brand. Yeah, I really want to try some of her makeup because I hear it's super good. And I heard Madame Joyce use it, Melanin Child used it, used some of her stuff, and yeah. The amount that I hear sirens these days is crazy. Not okay. Today was a crazy day at work. I don't know, I've been telling my friend this actually recently. I was telling my friend about how I feel like life is very intense right now, in the sense that I'm really experiencing every moment that I'm in, and I'm really intensely having feelings and thoughts and emotions and just vibes or whatever frequencies. All of it's hitting whenever I'm in a situation. I feel like very alive in it, which is great. I think that's a good sign, and I'm grateful. Alhamdulillah, like that's good for life. But I'm also just feeling like, wow, this is very intense. Every single moment is very intense. Like yesterday I ordered food, for example. And I was waiting for it to come. And you know how you order food on DoorDash and it says like when you ordered it, it shows you a status message of like you've ordered it at this time. And then now the restaurant's preparing it. And then now the dasher is coming and they're delivering your food. Like it shows you like those timestamps. It was so weird because like I was looking at the status and it wasn't changing. It wasn't showing that the restaurant had finished preparing my food. And it's like a pretty fast-ish food restaurant. And so I was like, this is weird. So I ended up calling the restaurant. The person on the other line had answered and they were just like, yeah, what is this call about? And I was like, oh, I ordered something on DoorDash and I see that the status of the food has not been prepared by the restaurant. And she was like, oh yeah, okay, I think they need a number to input or something like that. And I was telling her like, no, I think that if the food is ready, you have to click a button, because I've worked in the food industry before, so I know like, okay, in the restaurants, when your DoorDash order is ready, you need to make sure that you click order prepared so that it triggers the system to send a DoorDasher to pick it up and send it to the receiver. I told her that, and then she was like, oh really? Okay, let me go and see. Let me see. Like, I'm not sure about this. Like, I don't work in this area, so let me see. Just a moment, hold on. I was like, okay, thank you. And then she's talking to someone, and like she ends up needing Spanish to speak to the person she's speaking to at the restaurant. And she's just like, really nice girl, by the way, just really, really kind, nice girl. But she's like asking him things. She's like, oh, we don't really know how to do it. She's like, do you speak Spanish? I was like, no, lo siento, no hablo español. And she was like, okay. So she ends up, I think she took out her phone, like her personal phone, to translate something into Spanish. Basically what I was saying, she was translating it into Spanish to then relay it to whoever else was there. And then she was like, oh, it seems you're right. Yeah. He has to come and like push a button. And so what happens is she ends up figuring out on her own how to push this button to toggle the system to send a dasher. Just basically saying order prepared on their end. And yeah, so that's basically what happened. And then I ended up being able to get my food. The guy comes to deliver my food. When he comes, he's like, I saw that he was already here, and I had put in like the notes for delivery to just let me know when you're here at my apartment, because I don't want to give them the code to my apartment, like the entry code. So I just go outside to get the food, and the guy comes. He's like, oh, I'm so glad you came out. I've been here before and I had to wait like 30 minutes because I couldn't get in. Or he's like, I had to wait like 30 minutes. And I was like, because you couldn't get in? He was like, yeah. Everyone that I meet is nice, but I feel like I always like, I don't know, I just feel like I'm always experiencing a lot of things. What else? Yeah, so that happened. I remember like maybe a month ago or something, I was on the bus on my way home, and the bus driver asked me what the route was to go, like what route he's supposed to go, and I had to tell him like we were on the highway, and he was like, do I go right or left? Is it 315 go right or left? I was like, you're supposed to go left down this road. There's a lot of stuff that's happened. Work was crazy recently because I went on, okay, what I'm trying to say is like every single thing that I do, I shouldn't say every single, but a lot of the stuff that I've been doing lately in my life, I find that I have to like really be extremely present for and like be detail oriented for. just kind of like that situation I was telling you about with DoorDash. Like, I have to be very meticulous with, or this, I've been having to like order stuff online and go back and forth with like the sellers and shipping company. When I ordered this couch behind me, like, it came in one piece and I was only provided one tracking number. And so when I looked online on the website, it said that the whole couch was delivered, and really was only like half the couch. And I was like, where's the rest of my order? And I had to call FedEx, I had to call the seller, I had to reach out to the third party, and I was just like, guys, where's my order? Eventually they got back to me, like that same night they got back to me, and they're like, oh, here are the other 2 tracking numbers, your order's on the way. And it came the next day and I was able to build the couch. But like, it's just like things like that, like little things that you just normally do in your life, like put an order and get a delivery. I'm finding that I have to be very like meticulous and like dealing with the ins and outs of everything, which is teaching me a lot about systems, about businesses, about customer service, dealing with people, being patient, being critically thinking, you know, all that stuff. But I'm just like, what's going on? But yeah. But yeah, it was a hectic day at work for me. I love my people, love my job. I'm so grateful for where I work because I really agree with the ethics and the morals and the standards of the company. And I feel like the people I work with are super inspiring and they're lovely, kind people. And today was a Monday, and it was the first Monday after I took 3 days off with PTO. I did go in on Friday, but then after that it was the weekend. So basically I almost had like 5 days straight off except for Friday. But today's Monday and I came back into work, and it was good. Like, I was excited to come back into work because I knew exactly what I needed to do. Like, I had some work that I needed to do from the week before. As when I took PTO, some of my coworkers were supposed to cover my work because that's what paid time off is supposed to be. You're not supposed to come back to have to do like a huge workload. You're supposed to come back and just like carry on as if, you know, you never left. Like, sorry, I think my camera cut off. But yeah, you're supposed to come back into work as if like you never left. Like, someone is supposed to basically cover your job. And so there's a lot of like cross training that happens, and it's cool. I'm super happy about that. But I felt like, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but like, I kind of came back and it was just kind of hectic. But yeah, I've had like a lot of responsibilities at work recently. I'm dealing with a lot of intricate responsibilities, and I really love it. I'm enjoying it, but I'm also just like really feeling somehow pressured by it. And I don't know if it's a good pressure or a bad pressure. I told my friend about this the other day, like maybe a few weeks ago. I told one of my friends about this, and they're just like, I used the word intense, and they're a Spanish speaker, and they were just kind of translating the word intense in Spanish to me and saying like what it means. And so kind of saying like, I don't know if intense is good for you or intense is a good thing for you. And I was just like, no, I think intense is good because it means that you're alive. It means that you're feeling things. It means that you're living. It means that you're, you know, maybe you're in your flow state. You're being challenged, but you're still able to move and to grow. But yeah, I also thought about maybe intense is not like great. And I don't know. Right now, I just feel a lot. I'm experiencing a lot. I feel like I'm just experiencing a lot, and I'm happy and I'm just grateful to be busy and to have work, because at a certain point I was just the opposite, and not having work is kind of depressing. Obviously, like, you shouldn't use work as like a means of, oh, I have purpose. And I talked about this in a previous video, probably like a year ago. Like, you should use work to further your purpose, but not as your purpose, I think, in my opinion. When I say work, I mean like your 9 to 5, like your career. What do I want to say? But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at. It was a really good day though. I hope that you guys are going to enjoy my previous video. I made like a little, it wasn't a house tour, it was like I like reset on Sundays. I hope that you guys are going to enjoy it. I want to go and watch some TV. I don't know what shows to watch. I started watching this show on Netflix. It's with Carrie Russell. I can't remember the name of the show, but it's like one of those American government TV shows. You're seeing the ins and outs of like all the people in politics, and it's just so boring to me. I feel like it's not well written. She did a show called The Americans where she was like a KGB spy, and that was amazing. That was my first exposure to Carrie Russell, and I thought she was so cool. But this show, I feel like they're trying to remake her character in a sense, and they're not really doing it very well. I liked Your Honor. I like, on Netflix, my favorite shows were Your Honor, that one with the guy from Breaking Bad. Can't remember his name. So well made. That was like my favorite TV show that I've watched in a really long time. I never got into Breaking Bad. I know, sacrilegious. It's like people are like, how can you not like Breaking Bad? But yeah, I never got into Breaking Bad. The dog barking. The amount that I hear police sirens is crazy. I'm like, what's going on? What else did I like on Netflix? I always end up watching, even though like every season since probably like season 5, I've been like, I'm not gonna watch next season, but I've been enjoying Love is Blind. This season of Love is Blind is so good. Like, I really like it. I know a lot of people are saying it's crazy and it's like off the chain and people are weird, but that's how people are in real life, okay? That's not very far off. I think my favorite person this season, like my favorite castmate is, or contestant or participant, is Megan, Sparkle Megan. I like her. I love Anna. I think Anna's so cool. Out of the guys, for some reason, I actually do think Nick is pretty cool too, but I know a lot of people, like unpopular opinion, a lot of people don't like Nick, which is kind of sad because Nick, I think he's genuine and misunderstood because he's like so kind of picture perfect. And a lot of times when people are picture perfect, people are like looking for something to say about them that's like, oh, they're not good, they're not a good person, but really there's nothing about them that isn't good, you know? And who else do I like? KB is really nice. I really like KB. I liked her. I watched her interview that she did with AD on AD's podcast called What's the Reality, and honestly I felt like AD, when I was like watching the video, I thought to myself, I was like, does AD usually treat people like this? I feel like she was being a bit cold to her, like girly cold, where you're kind of just like sussing someone out. But I like AD and I like KB, and it's funny because they're both like initial black girls, in the sense that they both use their initials instead of their name. It's crazy how bright it is, but this is good. I feel like it's gonna be so good when I do my makeup videos. I hope I haven't had something in my teeth. If you have any recommendations, guys, please send me your recommendations for TV shows, because I really, really, really want to watch some good shows, and it's hard for me to find it. And I get so discouraged when I'm on Netflix and I'm looking for a show and there's just like nothing there. It probably has a lot of really good TV shows and I'm just not looking in the right places. But yeah, I love movies as well. I binge watched all of Chris Nolan's Batman movies this year, and like I've done all the Fast and Furious movies. I like movies, and I watched actually Shawshank Redemption. I met this friend and the first thing we did together was watch Shawshank Redemption, and the crazy part is like we were chatting and just talking about our favorite movies like when we first met, and they were like, my favorite movie is Shawshank Redemption. It's like a family thing. We all love it in my family. I was like, I love that movie. And the next day I go to Regal Cinema's website and I saw that they're having it playing. You guys know how old Shawshank Redemption is? How crazy is that? And I got to see it in theaters. I feel so special. It was crazy because we got hushed by the person sitting next to us for the first time in my life. I got hushed by someone at a movie theater. It's crazy because I always hate when people talk during the movies, and we were getting hushed. And I was just like, dude, what the heck? My friends from Mexico, and they were saying like, oh, in Mexico you can just talk in the movies a little bit. You don't have to be so quiet. Which I don't know if it's true because I've never been to Mexico. I just believe them because they're Mexican. Anyway, yeah, that's my little Monday update. I don't know how long this is gonna be, but I should probably start editing it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and comment, guys. Comment. I want to know your thoughts. I want this to be two-way. Just comment your thoughts. Let me know what you think of these topics and what your Monday was like and what thoughts you're having, and yeah. Anything else? I'm sleepy. I want to drink a mocktail maybe. Do I?